pull to all your guard systems and everything you want to play there. And if you're successful, again, getting on top, you can take the back, choke, like things I've said. And it's just another way to make things happen. And that's all it is. So what I'm going to do is show you that blend, which is basically what I do is I just take whatever and mix it together. I'm a big fan of mat wrestling. So I do a lot of mat wrestling and I have a catch background. So, and I also train a lot of no-gi jiu-jitsu, of course. So it's just blending those two, bases together, some of those bases together. So a lot of guys, like a wrestler is not going to stay on his back at all. He's going to pop up, but he could go pop up to a neutral position or he can pop up and attack. So what we're focusing is popping up to attack and then going into more jiu-jitsu based attacks. So it's just that nice blend of mixing those and having them come to a point. So that's kind of the idea behind it. And really you can mix and match however you want to do it and make it work for yourself. But it's a concept. What I'm going to do in this DVD series is show you, hey, if I do this with the underhook, this is what I like to do. If I do it with the overhook, this is what I like to do. If I can't get either, this is what I want to do. If he stands up or whatever, this is what I like to do. But it's a way to kind of make action happen, so you're not burning the clock just waiting and pulling all the time, which I notice a lot of guys in the gym have a problem with doing. They're not really controlling anything, they're just counter grappling. And counter grappling is only going to get you so far. So hopefully in this DVD you guys get a good feel of different projections and things you can do. And it's going to be a good time. We'll get a lot done. Okay guys, so one of my first thing I want to talk about is counter gripping. Okay, so what I'm going to show you, like I said, it doesn't really matter how you play the bottom. My big thing is if I'm here and I want to play snap guard, you don't have to be up all the time because you might be in half guard. It's really hard doing full guard because your feet are most likely shelved up in the air, so your sit-up's going to be a little unless he's backing you off and he's letting you put your feet on the mat. It just depends how he's playing you. So a lot of times whether it's your half guard or butterfly guard or single elevator, however you want to play it, that's probably going to be most of the time your scenario is going to happen for the snap. Or it's going to be based on just getting up, like cross grip or standing up, that kind of thing. And we'll try to cover all that if we can. Okay, so I'm going to talk now. So when I'm just real quick, when I'm here, I just like to be able to get to my hand because everything's about getting up for the snap guard. So everything's a stage, right? If I'm here on a low shoulder, I'm probably at one of the least points of getting up because I have more friction on the mat. If I get to an elbow, it's better than being on my shoulder, but you can see my head is not over my hips. And that being said, now there's a lot of weight on this arm. So his hand is not great. And can I get up? Absolutely. But I'm more vulnerable to being kicked back down and brought to a low shoulder. I'm just that one step closer to being a low shoulder. So from being on a low shoulder, this is like one tick mark away. Now, the other problem with this is because of my body, is hips and elbow is far away and my head is over here with my chest weight, it can cause some strain to some parts of your stomach and get you tired. There's a bunch of this. Little guys tend to play this off pretty fast because they're quick, they don't have as much friction. But if you're a heavyweight guy, I don't recommend you get comfortable to this. I think down the road, you'll really hate this. It will really backfire because it will feel good when you're going against little guys. But when you go against other big heavyweights, you're probably going to realize this isn't going to work very much. So now coming up and getting to your hand, whether it's here or whatever the case is, being up by your hand, now you're a lot closer to standing up. You're a lot closer to standing up because when I'm here, I can make any leg my bottom leg. I can pop up, and the other thing is my head is over my hips. If my head's over my hips, I have good posture and balance, and also the weight is distributed properly, and I'm not overbeared on one side and the other, and I can pop up relatively quick. So if you're playing here and you're playing a game, believe it or not, you're kind of narrowing your attacks, they're narrowing your movement, because now it's going to take a bigger motion for you to come all the way up to a snap. It's more steps, you know. So if you're already here and you're playing and you're in an upright position, you're really quick to get up. And that real quick get up is what's going to create a lot of your snap guard situations. So I recommend, as much as you can, to play an upright position when you're looking for snap guard. If you're doing MMA and you're on your back, hopefully we'll get into it, you might